You are at Lake Rant, where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus pages want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Mr. Wovums, who says, please rant about mecha fights. Do you like big, slow, weighty Doom machines duking it out, like Big O, Battletech, and early Gundam, or having the mecha being more nimble with crazier special moves? What series has the best mech fights? The thing about mech fights, and really any fights, is that just a fight is not inherently interesting. It's the way the fight is staged or animated or choreographed or the big moments and how they pop that makes a fight great. So I would say that something like Evangelion has some of my favorite mecha fights, and it's not even so much because of the fact that they're nimble and more capable of like big action movement, though that is part of it. It's that what happens in the fights is so gruesome and specific and brutal, and the movements are so memorable. The ways that the mechs move are like nothing else in any other show. You know, they really gave a lot of thought to giving it this particular sense of movement and momentum, and you know, these big fucking moments. I would say that in big clunky fights like Big O, I mean, they can be cool, especially when they just throw a big fucking punch and it has tons of impact. But I think that what those kind of mech shows can do best is the over-a-top attacks. Like, I think of like Gao Gaigar or something, how it's about the build-up to using the attack, about the animation sequence that might be, you know, these like canned animations that you might see over and over again, all in build-up to just one big fucking scenery-chewing, scenery-destroying, rather, big effect. It's like, I want to see like if I'm watching like G Gundam, for instance, like erupting burning finger, like just all in on this one attack. The rest of the fight is barely comprehensible, you know, or barely what's the word I'm looking for? It barely matters. So consequential, that's what I meant to say. Like I think all of them can be interesting. I think that it just depends on how much impact there is of each specific attack. Am I just watching mechs fight for no reason, or are they doing something tactical? Are they doing something interesting? Are they doing something impactful? You know, what's great about Mecha is that they are so large and can have so much impact. And like, Ava goes the route of you're basically watching regular people fight because they have like human bodies, except in somewhat slow motion with somewhat heavier, momentum and gravity behind everything. Whereas in a show like Big O, it's like as much weight behind every single attack as possible, and that's the point. So I think both are good, but I do think that's the bigger, heavier one maybe has more to do with the specific things that make mecha great, you know? Like, Ava is like a more subtle use of mecha in a fight than something like Big O is, you know, or something like Gao Gaigar is, obviously. So yeah, they all have their own strengths and weaknesses. I would understand why different mecha fans would prefer one or the other, but, at the end of the day, I'm not a huge mecha guy. I enjoy my mech fights. I like the hype moments. I'm not inherently excited at the mere thought of giant robot battles. I don't think, just because I'm kind of desensitized to it from a lifetime of seeing this kind of stuff. So, my preference is just for whatever is the dopest.